Hey y'all, it's Crypto Bo, and today I'm talking about the Ballet crypto hardware wallet. The team over at Ballet Crypto were nice enough to send me one, actually 3, and so I'm gonna open it up now and take a look. Still don't have scissors. I should really invest in some. Or just like grow nails. I bite my nails. I mean, I don't know. Easier to open than some other cryptocurrency hardware wallets, which is fine because supply side attacks are not really an issue with this specific cryptocurrency wallet. Now, Ballet Crypto sent me 3 of these, which was very nice of them. Thank you, Ballet Crypto. I'm gonna use one of them for this review, and the other 2 I'm gonna give away. So if at any time during the video you wanna pick one up, then click the link in the description, head over to the Ballet store, and get your hands on one yourself. But stick around to the end to figure out how to enter our giveaway. A little bit more opening. Whoop. Not much more opening. That was it. Wow. Pretty cool. So it also comes with a handy little case here that you can put it in to keep it secure and safe from the elements. So you can put it on display if you wanted, but I mean, I'm sort of the mind that you should not advertise that you have crypto, because when people know they have crypto, they know that they could steal it from you, but that's neither here nor there. So this is actually an interesting design. Functionally what it is a metal paper wallet. But it's a paper wallet. You have your public key here at the edge, and then underneath that is what's called an encrypted private key, and then below this is the passphrase to unencrypt that private key so that you can spend from this wallet. So basic function of this is you can send cryptocurrency to this wallet here, this wallet address that exists in this public key, and then in order to spend it, you pull this up, scratch this off in the bottom, and then you combine those 2 to spend your cryptocurrency either through their app, or you can actually reconstitute it yourself using any Bitcoin Core software. Let's dive into the security of the system itself. So like I said, you don't really have to worry about supply side attacks because all of this is tamper evident. When you first get your wallet, the first thing that you want to do is check to make sure that the QR sticker has not been peeled off. It'll leave residue as well as a little discolor if it has. And then you want to check to make sure that this scratch off phrase has not been scratched anywhere, that you can't see the passphrase beneath it. That way you know in transit it was not tampered with and nobody has your encrypted private key and passphrase, which they would then be able to use to steal your crypto as soon as you deposit it into this public key. You also want to make sure that these serial numbers, both the one printed on the card and the one printed on the sticker on top of it, match. And if you want, you can hit it with a UV light and make sure that it lights up. I don't actually know what it's supposed to look like because I don't have a UV light myself, but cool. Now, Ballet has an interesting design because, again, like I said, this is functionally just a paper key. So how can you trust a company to basically just print paper wallets and then send them to you in a secure fashion? Now, Ballet actually has what I think is sort of an ingenious solution to this. Their manufacturing process takes place in Las Vegas and then also in Singapore. They employ a pretty long production process which takes place in 2 disparate geographic locations, namely Las Vegas and China. Basically what BIP38 allows you to do is generate a private key in 2 parts. The factory in Las Vegas generates the passphrase, which it records and uses to produce an intermediate code, which it then sends back to China. The Las Vegas production facility records the passphrase along with the serial number so that it can match up when it gets the card back. And again, sends that intermediary code over to China. Now, when in China, the Chinese production plant does not have the passphrase. Instead, they have this piece of intermediate code that they then use to produce the encrypted private key, which they derived from the public key and the intermediary code produced by the Las Vegas factory. So then they make the card, they put on the sticker, they make sure that the sticker matches, and they not only have the serial code on the sticker, but then they engrave the serial code on the card itself, and then they send it back with no passphrase to Las Vegas. Now at that point, it gets back to Las Vegas, it has this sticker on it, which is tamper evident, so we know that in Las Vegas they don't pull up and look at the encrypted private key. All they know is that the passphrase is tied to this serial number, which they then engrave on the card and place this protective scratch-off passphrase protector onto the card itself. Now, BIP38, the construction of this passphrase relies on the cryptographic principles that underlie cryptocurrency itself and public key cryptography more generally. If you want to learn a little bit more about public key cryptography and cryptography in general, it will actually help you understand how public and private keys are constructed and how all this math actually secures the system. I would suggest just going over to the cryptography unit on Khan Academy, which I will also link in the description. And pay special attention going forward here from modern cryptography, where you see the introduction of public key cryptography, specifically the Diffie-Hellman key exchange, is the mathematics that sort of underlie this whole process. And if you want a little bit more advanced reading, you can also click in the description to read this article on encrypted private keys, an outline of BIP38 by Tara Anison, which provides a really good overview as to how this process works, especially with the knowledge of how Ballet is implementing BIP38. Now, I would say that this is a theoretically secure production process. We really do have to trust them that this production process really looks like what they say it looks like without personally verifying. I think that that level of trust is not incredibly high. You don't have to trust them a ton. You do have to trust them a little, right? Because we are taking on faith that that production process works exactly as they say it, and that no one person can corrupt that production process such that they could steal private keys, right? All it takes is one. Right? If one person was corrupting this process and just waiting, because they can see all the public keys. They know how much money is locked in any individual wallet at any given time. A public key and a serial number at very least. And so if someone were to use this and deposited $1 billion on here, how long would they wait before they broke the system in order to steal a bunch of money from one person? Again, I'm not saying that that's necessarily true. I'm saying it's a question in my head, and it is sort of a level of faith that you have to have. Just something to keep in mind. And at $35, it's a little expensive for what it is, which is functionally just a paper wallet. It's got some heft to it, it's pretty cool, but at the end of the day, it's a paper wallet. They say that you can engage in DeFi using their app, but in order to authorize transactions using their app, you have to scratch off your passphrase and import your encrypted private key, which means that your instantiated unencrypted private key will at some point exist within the app, because that's what's being used to sign DeFi transactions. And as long as it's networked and on the internet, at that point, it's no longer a hardware wallet. At that point, it's a software wallet. So I would not use it if you're trying to engage in DeFi. I would not use it if you're trying to get membership and vote in DAOs. Basically, any sort of interactions with Web3 are going to be impossible with the Ballet crypto wallet. What I will say is it's good for gifts. And it's good for long-term cold storage. Again, with a little bit of trust of the Ballet wallet team. I think that there are probably better solutions out there, but again, in terms of gifts, this is pretty cool. Especially someone who's not really into crypto, or maybe is just a little bit into crypto, but is not like a shadowy super coder. This makes a great Christmas gift, makes a great stocking stuffer if, a little bit expensive. Again, $35 is a fair amount of money. I guess if you're giving, a $50 gift, or if you want to say if you're giving someone a $100 gift, right? And you put $65 on here and then give them the hardware wallet, it will last for a while, and it's a good cold storage option for your Bitcoin, for your Ethereum, for whatever, so long as you don't need it to ever leave this wallet, in my opinion. Like I said, if you want to pick one up, it's $35 over at the Ballet Crypto store. You can click the link in the description, or you can enter our giveaway. Look, you're already trusting Ballet Crypto, so you may as well just trust me to send these over to you. But the fact that everything is tamper resistant means that I can't really f with it before sending it to you. But if you want to enter the giveaway, then please comment below and go and follow me on Twitter at Trox News Network. If you follow me on Twitter and then send me a DM with a link to your comment, I will enter you into the giveaway for one of these two Ballet crypto wallets. And I'll be announcing that a little bit after Christmas, but before the start of the year. If you want to look at some of the other hardware wallets I recommended, you can go over here. Or if you want to watch a quick intro to DeFi, then you can watch here.